Warren Buffett buys another $337 million of Bank of America. And regulators have given Buffett the green light to buy up to 25% of that bank. I'm not a financial advisor. I do own shares of Bank of America. Always do your due diligence before investing. I will share with you the latest news about this that came out this morning, and at the end of this video I'll share with you what happened to me and my thoughts and conclusion about all this. On the Business Insider Markets Insider News, the headline says, Warren Buffett plows another $337 million into Bank of America, boosting his stake to nearly 12%. Once you scroll down, it says Warren Buffett spent another $337 million on Bank of America stock between July 31st and August 4th, SEC filings show. The billionaire investor and Berkshire Hathaway CEO has splurged close to $2.1 billion on the bank shares over the past 12 trading days, raising his ownership stake to almost 12%. Bank of America is the second biggest holding in Berkshire's stock portfolio after Apple. Buffett has permission to boost his position as high as 24.9%, a banking regulator told Business Insider this week. Warren Buffett continued his Bank of America buying spree this week, spending another $337 million on the banking titan shares between July 31st and August 4th, Securities and Exchange Commission's filings show. The famed investors Berkshire Hathaway conglomerate snapped up 13.6 million shares at an average price of around $24.81. As a result, its stake in the bank swelled to over 1.03 billion shares, or 11.9%, a position worth close to $26 billion based on Bank of America's closing share price on Tuesday. Buffett has now shelled out nearly $2.1 billion on 85 million of the bank's shares over the past 12 consecutive trading days. The purchases have boosted Berkshire's position by another 9%. Berkshire is Bank of America's biggest shareholder, and Bank of America is the second largest holding in Berkshire's stock portfolio after Apple. Buffett has been granted special permission to more than double his Bank of America stake to 24.9%. A spokesperson for the Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond told Business Insider this week, investors are typically allowed to own up to 10% of a bank. The billionaire is probably bolstering his investment in Bank of America because its stock price is down about 30% this year, and he expects it to make a full recovery from the bear bug in time. If you have interest in finance and the stock market, or even if you do not, please drop a like, subscribe and hit the bell so you can get my next video. And share this video with a friend. It can help somebody know the latest news and understand better this situation. Another article on the Business Insider Markets Insider headline says, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway is allowed to double its Bank of America stake to almost 25%. Warren Buffett Berkshire Hathaway has permission to more than double its Bank of America stake to 24.9%, a spokesperson for the Federal Reserve's Richmond, Virginia outpost told Business Insider this week. The billionaire investor company bought about $1.7 billion of the bank's stock in the last 2 weeks of July, lifting its ownership to 11.8%. The Richmond Fed approved Berkshire's application to raise its 10% ownership limit in April. However, Berkshire will have to file to become a bank holding company if it wants to own 25% of or more of Bank of America. Warren Buffett Berkshire Hathaway has the green light to more than double its Bank of America stake to 24.9%. A spokesperson for the Federal Reserve Bank of Richmond told Business Insider this week the famed investors conglomerate spent about $1.7 billion on the bank shares in the space of 9 trading days in July, boosting its ownership to 11.8%, a position worth more than $25 billion based on Bank of America's closing share price on Monday. Berkshire made those purchases after seeking permission from the Richmond Fed to exceed the typical 10% ownership limit for investors. The regulator approved its application in April, a spokesperson said. If Buffett wants to boost his stake beyond 24.9%, he will have to file for Berkshire to become a bank holding company, the Richmond Fed spokesperson added. Berkshire increased ownership limit was first reported by Barron's. Berkshire is Bank of America's biggest shareholder, and Bank of America is the second largest holding in Berkshire's stock portfolio after Apple. Buffett first invested in the bank in 2011 when he bought $5 billion of preferred stock paying a 6% annual dividend and received warrants to buy 700 million common shares at $7.14 per share at any point over the next decade. The investor exercised the warrants in August 2017, selling almost all of his preferred stock to cover the cost. Bank of America shares were trading about $24 at the time, valuing his new shares at close to $17 billion, an immediate $12 billion gain. Buffett's latest purchase of Bank of America stock came shortly after Berkshire struck a $10 billion deal to acquire most of Dominion Energy's natural gas assets and probably repurchased more than $5 billion of its own stock. The spending spree suggests Buffett is spotting bargains again after a prolonged period of inactivity following the bear bug crash. Leave your comments, thoughts, and ideas in the comment section down below. I read and reply to all comments. Warren Buffett and his team sees something here. Warren Buffett has been sitting on lots of cash for a long time. Buffett is the one that always say, when companies are on sale, buy them. In the beginning of this crisis, Buffett bought a few airline shares, and then as the situation got worse with the bear bug, Warren Buffett sold all his airline shares. This is a clear sign that Buffett was not feeling comfortable with this bear bug situation. It seems Buffett was not sure what was going to happen, but now he is super bullish on Bank of America. And not surprisingly, he is always buying companies at 0.5% off. So last night my wife is looking at my portfolio and she is looking at 45% gain and the other portfolio 100% gain, and she tells me, hey, I want to invest some more too. And she tell me, hey, what should I buy? So I tell her I'm a bit bullish on BAC, Bank of America. Last night, I'm thinking to myself, I have been buying Bank of America for $22, $23, but in my mind, I feel in 3 to 5 years from now, the possibilities are very good that each share will be worth $50. So I will be making 100% profit on this. Bank of America PE has been at 11. The PE is the price to earnings ratio. It helps understand the company's share price relative to the company's share earnings. For a company this big and famous, an 11 or 12 PE looks really good to me. So my wife agrees with me and she tells me, oh, let's do that. So in the morning, as I always do before buying, I check the Asian markets, the European markets, and the world markets to see how the economy is. So all the market indexes were green and looking good, indicating that the world economy is picking up. Then I went and checked the latest news, new cases, surge, and vaccines. So I see cases going down. We finally have some sort of treatment, and we already have vaccines and they're being tested in in people, I think, at the moment. So everything's aligning, and with all these green lights means that a bank will sell more loans and do more business, sell more products, and grow. On top of all that, Bank of America dividends look very safe, while other banks had already to cut their dividends. And on top of all that, Bank of America is sitting on cash for in case of an emergency. And this morning I see a news that came 4 minutes ago saying that Buffett bought another $337 million of Bank of America. Now he owns 12% of the bank, and regulators approved him to own up to 24.9% of the bank. So that were all the news I needed. I was already bullish in Bank of America, but I felt in 3 to 5 years I would get my 100% profit back. But after all this, I believe maybe in a few months or a year, everything going well as it seems, a few months and a year, and get 100% profit if the shares go to $50, doubling from what it is now at $25 a share. Thank you so much for watching this video. I have a few other videos coming up on the next screen. Have a great day.